This channel started off as like, I only made the YouTube channel. I didn't even know YouTube existed, essentially. No. Okay, I was in a quasi-Amish cult, and what makes it worse is that I was a disassociated assistant, or how I don't know what I call it. How do you call a pastor's wife? Like, kind of like a cult leader, but the pastor's wife really. Although I did write 80% of my ex-husband's sermons and direct him, it was like an alternate personality. I don't know how to explain it. You wouldn't believe me if I tried to. So most people, when they go crazy, they like do something demonstrable that will get them into like an unstable situation. And I think that what people don't realize is, being a pastor's wife in a cult that Geraldo Rivera and CBS News covers is pretty crazy. Now, we didn't have internet. We did not have internet back then. No. It was not a normal thing. Like, I knew one lady who had internet and used dial-up. But the thing was, is I joined a quasi-Amish cult, and I call it a hyperbole. It's like a tomato. There's probably more ways you could say it. Basically, I have a very, like, an element of my character that is, or how I am, that's direct, like musicals, plays, you name it. And we were evangelistic, alternative to Hollywood cults, meaning that what I did is that I would scout people, knock on doors, go door to door, and instead of just converting them to Christianity, it was about well, the cult has become mainstream. Cults go one way or the other, right? Cults can either go. By the way, as this video progresses, I want you to listen for the usage of the word "okay." Everybody in the world, okay, that I've ever heard, uses the word "okay" as a selling point. Every YouTuber I have ever listened to has their own brand of the use of the word "okay," and I feel like I'm hearing all of their family's genealogy and their various uses of "okay," and how their family has been doing business, so to speak, selling, convincing for millennia. Listen to yourself the next time an "okay" pops out of your mouth. Do that like 5-second playback everybody has, and listen to how you said it. People have variations of it, but I think another reason why maybe people like to use the word "okay" is because, say, like, you're going to go to court later and accuse you of a crime. Okay. You see how I said "okay" right there? Okay. And then you're like, oh, okay. And so what "okay" does is it interprets all the criticism you're going to have from my argument, makes a mathematical calculation for all of it, and then spits it out as the one word "okay," which is supposed to be like, I understand all of your frustrations, cognitive empathy, and I have something to answer for all of it, and it's going to seem responsible. But the reason why people would want to use it to avoid going to court, to getting in trouble for a crime, I think, is because the way that a person says "okay" is very hard to prove. Say, like I told you, and I'm not telling anyone to do this. I'm right now presently in the desert, or something like that. You would have to take your boat from where I'm at, like, far away. I don't see anyone with a boat nearby me right now. The last time I saw a boat was on the top of a person's car when they pulled up next to me in a parking lot, like yesterday. I have not seen a boat for a while since before then. They're probably on their way out to the lake or the river somewhere. Anyways, but so let's just pretend that I said, like, there was something in court and I'm the judge, and I'm like sitting there, and then I'm the lawyer, and now I'm like, Can you please repeat the statement that you told the gentleman, the conversation you had with the gentleman about the boat? And they'll say, yeah, he told me to go take the boat out in the middle of the ocean and sink it. And I was like, okay. And then the other guy is going to be like, I told him to go out there and sink the boat in the middle of the ocean. And he said, okay. And so you see how the word okay, like the way it's said is never going to be a clear yes or no answer. It's a really great way to avoid accountability in all situations. And it's also a great sales point to act as if you have really interpreted everything argument this person was going to perceivably have and consider their arguments legit. And you have something for them that they just have not heard yet. Put a new spin on it, right? So okay has a lot of purposes. To continue with this story, I want you to listen, not just for me, for yourself and for other YouTubers, for anyone who uses the word okay, listen for the tone. All right. Okay. So meanwhile, back at camp, John Ross and Bo Luke had gotten together. Both of them were looking one at the other and unsure why Bob Ross had a huge perm hairdo. What is going on? And a cape? No, don't get into the cape again. Yahtzee? It's my Weird Al Yankovic rewrite of Eben. Eben by Sublime. My friend Eben plays a mean game of Yahtzee. I got off tune. He's a Yahtzee player. Yeah. He's got a cape, a perm, a ball pit, a big pair of undies. He was a Yahtzee. Or he is. He's a Yahtzee. Yeah. Now he's down with the PLO, kicking it live with the KKK. No Jackie C, no JFK. Who's always sporting Adidas shoes with a pistol in his pocket and a bottle of booze. Well, it could be me or it could be you. Feels like his whole life is rearranged. Eben, you changed. Eben, you. How you changed. How you changed. Oh, how you changed. I gave you a hard time. Didn't want to say. Got out of jail the very next day. Now can't. Oh no, the one person gave me a thumbs up. And I know it's sad. That's doing that. Anyways, I don't want to make you cry. Okay. Now let's get it straight. I'm not from like a famous cult, and I'm not a famous ex-cult leader. I'm a quasi Amish, small time ex-pastor's wife from a cult-like institution who didn't know what they were doing when it happened. That's how I got started on this conversation in the first place. I wanted to look up the lifespan of the lady who went down Niagara Falls to the lifespan of Neville Goddard, and I'm going to explain to you why. Are you ready? I think she lived longer than the king of the 3D of attraction books. I was disassociative. I had a different part that was running the show. That's why my new religion is myself at 17, because it's the only way to deal with it. Anyways, just nullify everything. Nullify everybody else's emotions when they don't fit. So, use the shortcuts you learned in the cult for yourself. Okay, so here's the thing that nobody's going to want to hear. You likely have something called face lice, face mites, face lice. Everybody has them. They say that most people have them, unless it sounds like I'm getting distracted. It sounds like I'm getting distracted, but you're ready for it. That on the micro level, we have, all of us have strange, weird worm-like creatures crawling about in our eyebrows and on our skin. And if you were to look at them, they really look like they come from an alien planet, like Planet of the Face Lice. And they are actually